Is it okay to kind of just increase the, like,
Increase
the
the
1, 2,
distance?
3, just
Yes.
keep doing that?
No, I would do only the 1, 2, 3 twice.
Okay.
Good boy. Good job. Thank you. Now he's gonna do the play down. Good job. Thank you. So a lot of dogs think this dog is real. He has been attacked.
Yeah. I've had foster dog attacks.
And yes, so this is George. And if I think that a dog is aggressive, I'm gonna try them out on George first. Because I don't wanna put my dog at risk. So to answer your question, if you have a dog that you know is a growler, I would do the 1, 2, 3, see how she does, because the other dog's gonna pick up on that, on the ground. So I'm gonna do the 1, 2, 3. I do it twice, I don't do it more than twice. Okay, I'm gonna try the parallel walking. The parallel walking doesn't work, then I'm gonna put the dogs up for a little bit. Because you know, that's a known thing for you, for your dog. And once she sort of gets the idea that, oh, there's another dog here, she may be able to calm down and be able to do it later. Okay, so we're gonna give, yes, good boy, thank you.
Is it okay, like once they're together, like, you know, I had Prince for a while, and Magnolia, I mean, Prince had a lot of energy.
He did.
Magnolia would like, he'd lay down and be like, I'm done. He would come over and then Magnolia would growl, but
Okay, so that's a different kind of growl.
Prince, no, I'm done.
Right, so that's a different kind of growl, and you have to read your dog, okay? So what she was telling him is, I'm done, back up, dude, okay? If he didn't listen the first time, and he came back for more, I then would have intervened. And I would have said, leave it, it's enough, go lay down. If they have a mat cue, you know, go lay down on your mat. And if not, then yes, I would definitely separate them. And the person I would have, or the dog that I would have separated would have been Prince, because he was the one instigating. Okay, I always take the instigator, not the one who growled. Because the one who growled was just saying, back off, dude, okay, you're driving me a little crazy. So the instigator has to go away because he needs to come down. I want him to relax a little bit. So take that big deep breath and go. Listen to yoga out for a few minutes, okay? Come back down, and what I do is I usually check the dog's heart rate. And so I stick my hand right here, check their heart rate. Heart rate's really nice, then they can come back out. Heart rate's really elevated, go, no, I need you to chill out a little bit longer. So yes, so that would be an interruption.
Do you regularly use either DAP colors or essential oils?
I do, on a regular basis, I do. So you can use, does everybody know what DAP is?
No.
Okay. So DAP is D.A.P. If you look it up, you can use it as a plug-in or a collar. It's a pheromone that's admitted, that mothers admit when they had a litter of puppies. So it's very calming. Okay, so I have used the plug-ins. I have not used the collars. I have used the collars on one dog, and it didn't particularly work for that dog. I have seen it work on dogs, so that's your
The
choice.
colors, depending on where you get them, are inconsistent.
Yeah,
Some
well,
of them are you know, fresh and good quality, and some
yeah. I prefer the plug-ins. That's personal preference. Humans are not supposed to be able to tell if they're plugged in. It's like a Glade plug-in. You just plug it into your outlet. Lasts about 30 days. I could always tell when I watch my bedroom because I'm super sensitive. I go, oh God, it's so nice in here. So I use DAP. I use classical music. There is classical music that's out there that's been formulated just for the dogs and for their sensitivities. It's now called ICOM. It used to be called Through a Dog's Ear. I use a lot of that. If you don't have that, you can't find it, whatever, you use piano classical music. And you just play it on low for the dogs. That is really a stress reliever for them. I also use a lot of essential oils. So I actually have an essential oil seminar coming up next week. I have a girl coming out to talk to us about using essential oils in the dogs. And several people, I think, did I give you some balance?
Yeah, right.
So I use doTERRA. There's, hi handsome. Thank you. Good job, buddy. I like doTERRA because it's all natural, it's not synthetic. You have to watch your oils because most of them are synthetics. And those don't really work on the dogs. You need the natural. So that, and I think the other one is living. Yes. So doTERRA has one called Balance. They have one called Serenity and one called Balance. I like the balance. I use it a lot on the dogs. I mix so many drops into a spray bottle. Good boy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not oral.
Yeah, you can. So, and you mix it into a spray bottle, a little spray bottle with fractionated coconut oil. So you only use so many drops. And then you put it on the back pads of their feet. Okay, so it has to go on the pad, so up underneath, so it absorbs into their system. Some dogs it works for, some dogs it doesn't. You know, it's just like anything. You're right, buddy? This is why I use soft treats right there. Dogs, when they get nervous or stressed, they can't swallow. So what they can't swallow, they're not going to eat. So if you're working with a dog that you're bringing home from the shelter and you're trying to give him treats as you're walking and this dog isn't eating, that dog is way stressed out. That dog needs to go in a room and just chill. Okay? You're not going to even do introductions at that point. You're going to put him in a room. You're going to keep your dog separate. You know, it could be a day, it could be 2 days. There's a whole protocol that you can do on how to integrate them very, very slowly, letting them just, you know, sniff objects from each other. It takes about 2 weeks to do that, but it works really quite well. So if your dog isn't taking treats, your dog is stressed. Your dog is giving you calming signals. Calming signals are when you saw the dog sort of look down and around like this, okay, look away, shake off. Remy did a shake off. You'll see dogs do this, okay? That's not that they're worried, you know, that they're wanting water. That means that they're worried and they're telling the other dog, I'm not a threat, I'm trying to calm myself. Some dogs will just start sniffing the ground. I had 2 therapy dogs. One therapy dog, when he started getting stressed and he'd had enough, he'd start sneezing. I'm like, what? It took me a couple times to realize what he was doing. So why is this dog sneezing? Is he allergic to something like that? It was his calming signal. My other dog used to burp. So it's like, you know, when we were walking around, we're working, all of a sudden my dog's burping a lot. It's like, oh, my dog's had enough. He's done. We're going home. Okay? So you look for all those signals that the dogs give you when you're introducing your dogs. But so we've gone over a whole lot in here today, which is, you're going to forget 3/4 of it. What I want you to remember is how to introduce your dogs. Okay? Outside. You're going to do the 3-second rule. It's not 3 seconds. It's not 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. It's 1, 2, 3. Whee! Treat bag. Okay? Then parallel walk. Then let them sniff bottoms. Then take them to the backyard. Leashes on. You're going to walk with them. See what they're doing. So if you have to, if you hear a growl, you see a lip curl, you're going to go step on that leash and you're going to take that dog and go, oh, come on, let's go. Let's go put you in a room somewhere. It doesn't mean it's not going to work. It just means that dog is too stressed out. Okay? And then you're going to go into the house once they're okay with that. You're going to never leave the dogs together by themselves. Okay? When you're not there, somebody's going to be crated. Somebody's going to be in another room. They're not going to be left alone. This dog is an unknown to you. You don't know what they're going to do. And you're going to definitely never leave them with treats. No bully sticks, no pig's ears, no anything like that. Never leave those dogs alone until you understand this dog is new to you. And understand it's going to take 2 weeks before you're going to really see that personality come out. So for like the rescue group that I work with, our dogs never go for a month out. Okay? Because it takes 2 weeks for them to settle in. If they don't need any help, like some dogs stay with us for quite a while, because we really want to work on some things with them and get them prepped for the new home. To say this dog is absolutely perfect, it's, you know, just wants to sit in your lap and nothing wrong, a month. We want to see that dog for a month, make sure there's no health issues, there's no behavioral issues, there's nothing going on. Okay? So the other thing is when you go out and you take a dog out to do a home visit, you're going to do the same protocols on meeting. All right? We don't ever leave a dog on our first visit because that dog is super stressed going out to meet that new dog, the new people, new home, new everything. So we go in, we do our home visit. When I do our home visit, no matter who's going in our group, it's either me or it's the girl that runs the group or there's one other gal that will do it. There's, you know, most of the fosters don't do their own home visits. But if you go in and you're doing a home visit, you're going to do a home check. Okay? You're going to check to look at this home and go, is this a home that I'm comfortable leaving this dog in? Now, I've walked into some homes. I'm working with a person right now that's a horrible hoarder. And she has a puppy. And I'm like, first off, I don't know why you got a puppy because you're in your 70s, number one. Number two, there's a path this wide that you can walk through her house, literally. I mean, I turned and I looked this way and I thought, oh, it's a mirror there hanging in the hall. And I realized it's not a mirror. That's the window into her dining room that is so packed with stuff, you know, that it's like, do I want one of my dogs that I put all this work into to go into a home like that? No, I mean, the lady's very nice, but that's not a home that I would want my dog to live in, because I don't think my dog's gonna be safe, okay? The dog can't get the attention that they need. The dog's not gonna get the training that they need. You know, is the dog gonna be potty trained? I mean, just all these things. So, you know, that's something that's up to you to look at. You know, I went into a home where there was like a low-level fireplace mantle type thing. There was, you know, shots, syringes, you know, that had been used down there, and there was like a microwave, and there was all this gunk, and I'm like, I don't want my dog coming in here, you know, my dog can eat something like that, okay? So, you're gonna do a home check, okay? You're gonna check the home. The other thing you're gonna check is you're gonna check their yard. You're gonna check their fence. Can this dog get out of this fence? You know, especially us dealing with dachshunds, that's something that we really look at, because they're Houdinis. You know, and they will slip. My little 8-pound dachshund slept through a hole this big. And I don't know how she did it, but all of a sudden I turned around, she was on the other side of my gate. And I'm like, girlfriend, I don't know what you did, but you better crawl back in, you know, because it's locked. And I had to run around the house to go get her. Thankfully, you know, she came back in, so I didn't have to go get her. But I had to figure out how to block that little space, okay, because it wasn't even a hole. It was just a space. So you're gonna do those checks because, you know, when you walk out, if you can't walk out into the yard because it's so full of poop, do you want the dog to go there? If you walk out and you see a fence that's got, I went to one home where the fence pickets on the bottom were rotted, and instead of just getting a new picket and putting the picket up, they had just hammered in a piece of rebar to block it. And it's like, do I want to take the chance of my dog getting impaled on that rebar? You know, so those are things that you need to look at as well, because ultimately, it's going to be your responsibility on where that dog goes. Okay, and if you go, I'm just not getting a good feel about this. If you're not getting a good feel about it, and you see some of those issues, that dog is A, not going to have the best life, B, probably going to come back. Okay, I don't want that dog to come back in 2 years, because we already put all this energy into that dog. This dog is beautiful. I don't want this dog to come back now with potty issues, with behavioral issues, with all these things, because for 2 years they were stuck in a home where they didn't get the things that they needed. Okay, so you, as people going out, checking, you're the foster, you're responsible for this dog, you are going out and doing the home visit, you're going to do all those checks, right? And you're going to make sure that this is a home that you would want to put your own personal dog into. You know, you love your dogs, hopefully, and you wouldn't want them to go in a home like that. I know I wouldn't, because I'll walk out and go, no. I mean, I've been to a lot of homes, and I went to a home, the one I just told you about, with all the poop in the rebar. 2 twin boys that lived there, mother, dad. Father never came to engage with me, ever. Never came to come over to pet the dog, okay? One of the twins was there. It's like, why are these boys not out cleaning up the backyard? And you knew that we were coming for a home visit. Why didn't you clean the backyard beforehand? I mean, poop everywhere. It's like, first off, the dad didn't ever engage with me. Everybody's not engaging with me and the dog's not staying, okay? Has to be agreed upon amongst everybody in your home, in the home. If you have one person that there's a dissent, that dog is not staying. Okay, I have people that I work with that the dogs have come from breeders. Super nice dogs. Mom didn't want the dog. Dad and the kids did. Well, who's stuck training the dog? Mom. And she resents it. And she's not following the protocols I give her. And she keeps telling me this dog does this and dog does that. Well, it's because you're not following the protocols. Because she didn't want the dog. Okay? And that dog's going to eventually get rehomed somewhere. Unfortunately. And it was a lovely dog, and it wasn't the dog's fault. So this is all y'all's responsibility as a foster. And it sounds like a whole lot of stuff, doesn't it? It's a little overwhelming.
But the dog can't
The
call
dog,
us and say,
right.
this is not working out.
Right.
Come get me.
Right. And the dog also can't speak. The only way they can speak is with their mouth. So if there's a bite, okay, the dog has said, I'm really stressed out. And that was the only way that somebody was listening to me. But now you have a dog with bite history. Bite history dogs can't go anywhere. Okay? So ultimately, they either have to stay in that home, they have to be sanctuary, or they have to be euthanized. So you want to make sure the best you can. And we all make mistakes. You know, sometimes we don't find the best place, and the dog comes back and we find a better one. And that's okay. We want the dog to come back if that's the case. So, but it's our responsibility to make sure that that dog is taken care of in the best way possible. And it's our responsibility not just throw our dogs into a house when we get them out of the shelter or we need a pest off sheet from somebody else, that we do the protocols so the dog can go, okay, just let me decompress for a minute, okay? This dog's not bad, I can handle it, I'm okay, you know, I can figure this out, this person is helping me, I'm getting lots of treats, okay, it's not bad, I can deal with it. Or the dog's gonna tell you, I just really don't like that dog. And you go, fine, it's not a good match. And you know, there's plenty of fosters that we've taken that we've tried 4, 5, 6 homes. And it just wasn't a good match. And eventually we found the perfect match.
Before you completely wrap up, can you just go over real quick, and I know it's important, but feeding.
Okay.
How to safely feed when you're, you know, especially like that first feed and stuff with the dogs.
So,
When you have a foster.
so a lot of people do it differently. For me, I don't free feed my dogs, number one. They all get meals, okay? All my dogs eat in my kitchen, but they're all separated out. None of their bowls are near each other. And nobody is ever allowed to eat out of the other dog's bowls, ever. Okay, so
Like even after they're empty?
after they're emptied, I don't care what they do. If there's food in there, they are not allowed to be in that bowl. So my fosters know within 2 days where their bowl is and what their name is, and this is where they eat, okay? So in my home, I have a dog here, a dog here, a dog here, and a dog here. And so Remy gets fed first. For whatever reason, my girl that I just lost used to get fed first. But so I get my bowls ready, okay, and I walk to that spot, Remy, food bowl down. And I'm looking at this little dog that's running around and going, come with me, come on, let's go, let's go. And that's the next one. Mickey, that's the foster. Here you go, this is your bowl right here. Yeah, good job. Next one, Mackie, Miranda. And I'm standing here in the middle of the room and I'm watching everybody. My dogs know to stay in their bowl. This one, walking around, come on, right here, in your bowl, let's go. And when they're done, they're required to come to me for dessert. So I have a treat. They all come to me. Okay, you're done? Oh, Mickey, come on. Let's go. Yeah, get your treat. Get it, good girl. Okay? If I have to, the first couple of nights, I'll separate them out into a different room. Okay? It's like if the dog's not getting it, the dog is so stressed out that they can't manage it. It's like, no, come on, let's go. I'm gonna put your bowl in here. When you're done, we're gonna open the door. Good job. You're gonna come to me, get a treat. Okay?
We always crate our foster and
Yeah, everybody does it
feed them
different.
in the crate because we want them to associate good stuff with
Yes.
the crate.
But some dogs are so stressed out they don't want to go in the crate.
Yeah.
So I just put them in another room and close the door.
Yeah.
We have to feed outside. My Magnolia, that she has chosen to eat outside. So, but we always are present, so that's why I just wanted
Yeah.
anybody who is unaware.
Yeah.
Because when I've taken dogs, that's one of the things I always go over with the fosters or the
Right.
adopter.
Yeah.
Is proper feeding.
Yes.
And
Yes. So, and then, you know,
you
she's
could
always,
have them be total friends and great, and at feeding time,
yes.
not so much.
This dog right here, he's fine if somebody gets near his bowl, but when we're doing nails, so I have a friend that comes over, we do pedicures every Saturday night because all of our dogs are working dogs. And when we're working, and one of the dogs' drop treats are going half in his mouth, half on the floor, this one will resource guard. Okay? Nice, calm, laid-back dog, resource guard. In other words, like, man, I'm gonna take your head off because that treat is on that floor and it was near me. Okay? So yeah, so they'll all do it. You have to figure out the dog. Okay? But no free feeding, especially when you have a foster, meaning food does not stay out all the time. Food bowls go down, they get 10 minutes. 10 minutes, food goes up. Doesn't matter if they finished or not. Okay, dogs will not starve themselves. So if they're hungry, they'll eat. If they don't eat that meal, they'll eat the next one. If they don't eat that one, they'll eat the next one. Okay, if they go 4 days, now you have a problem. But usually dogs will only go 2 days. And then once they start eating. So food bowl goes down, comes up after 10 minutes, goes down for the next meal, comes back up. Doesn't matter if they're finished or not. It's like, you don't finish, too bad.
This is a horrible subject, but it comes up.
Yes.
How do you safely break up a dog fight?
Oh yes, that's why I brought George. Okay. So dog fighting is really difficult because we all get very stressed, right? And I mean, I've had dog fights at my house between my own dogs. And I have done all the things you're not supposed to do, and I have been severely bitten. and my dog's gonna be put in quarantine because I had to go to the hospital. So what you want to do is you want to try and either get something that you can put in between them, you know, whether it's a chair, a piece of cardboard, a broom, I don't care, whatever you can to get in between them. If they're outside, you can take the hose. I tried that, it didn't work for this particular situation that I was in. This was my two dogs, my dog would not let go, and so I went for the mouth, which was wrong, and I knew that was wrong. Don't grab collars, okay, because they will turn around and bite you, because they don't realize it's you. So if there's hopefully two people, you're supposed to grab here by the legs, not down here, but grab here. It's called a wheelbarrow. You pick them up and you pull them back, okay? And then you swing, all right?
And
So
that
now
dog with the tools.
this dog's going this way and that dog's still behind you, but you've gotten them apart. So then what I would do is pick this dog up and they go in a room and that dog goes in the room. That one stays in the backyard, that one goes in the house, doesn't matter where it is. But you pick up by the hocks here. Okay, you pick up, so you grab, pick up, swing. Okay, and hopefully they're gonna let go.
Do you say anything?
Well, besides screaming, let go, let go, let go.
I was just gonna say, that's what I would be saying.
There you go. That's about what I say.
Okay, I mean, I'm curious, the instance, I'm assuming you had multiple instances, but the one that you were referring to, were you surprised that it occurred? Like, you know, like I sit here and I listen to what you say, and like, let's say Prince Mango, had that occurred, I would have been really surprised because neither of them had that personality trait.
Well,
So,
yes, I was very surprised. It was not common. These dogs have grown up together. What I realized later, in hindsight, is that is two of my other dogs kept attacking the one dog, my Aussie, my heart dog. And I realized later, about a year later, when he passed away suddenly from cancer, is that he must have been really sick. And they were telling me that they were really, he just did something and it set them off. And so they knew that he was sick before I did. He had horrible lung cancer. And so passed away suddenly. But in hindsight, I see that now. It's like, so now I know, because now I've had that experience. It's like, oh, okay, why did this dog who's been living together take off after this dog? I want to see if they're healthy. That's the first thing I'm going to check. Okay, so yes, it was very surprising. And I mean, I was out there spraying the hose and screaming, and the hose didn't do nothing, anything, you know, so I just went, hands for the mouth, you know, let go! And, you know, then I picked up my dog by his hair and threw him one way and got the other dog somewhere else. Because, you know, everybody's adrenaline is just like, oh my God. So yeah, it was crazy.
We've thrown them in our pool, and that didn't work. They just tried to drown each other. And then we had to get them out.
You know, it depends on why they're fighting.
Yeah.
And it's just, sometimes there is no breaking it up.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes it just is what it is. Yes.
I have a snapper.
Okay.
You know, Reagan, she
Yeah.
can just get real snappy, and she doesn't try to do a full-on dog fight. I mean, that doesn't ever occur.
Yeah.
But I just try to redirect her.
Right.
So if she's doing that, she's picking on one of the other dogs.
Yes.
She's picking on Hachi, my old permanent foster. But are there any other tips you can give? I mean, if they're acting snappy, but it's not like she doesn't want to do a full-on dog fight. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I do interrupt it, and then I would probably separate her out.
Okay.
Simply because either she's really tired, or there's something going on, or one of the dogs is agitating her, you know, and so it's just like, I'm just gonna interrupt it and separate them out for a little bit. Let her just chill out. This is where you can use your oils, or put them in the room that has your DAP diffuser. You know, I just want you to chill out for a little bit, take a breath. You know, I want my dog to be relaxed before they come back out. So I want that heart rate down, I want that adrenaline down. And then, you know, it's like, okay, you ready? And it doesn't take them that long. It sort of depends on the dog. But yeah, but no, interrupting, redirecting is good. I choose to separate them. I think it's a better, you know, because it's like two cranky little boys sitting in the sandbox, and one goes, I'm so tired, and takes that plastic hammer and goes bam on the head. And it's like, okay, these kids need a nap. Sometimes it's the same things with the dogs. They just need a nap. You know, they're tired. Yes.
So I have kittens. If the foster is not familiar with cats or not cat friendly, what would you suggest in those situations?
So are you baby gating them off?
Say
Separating them? Baby gating? Okay.
Yeah. But the cat's kind of go where they want.
Yes. Well, the cats are allowed to go where they want. As long as
Yeah.
they can get somewhere where they are protected, then you should be good. Although I have had fosters kill my cats. And I thought they were very well protected by 2 baby gates stacked on top of each other, and they still got to them. So you just have to be, I would not, definitely not leave that dog out when you're not there.
So as long as I crate them.
As long as you crate them, yeah. And otherwise, as long as you can maintain that you can manage the animals, the dog and the cats while you're there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, and we had fosters who settled a dog in, left the house.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
she
they
says, not to do, come back, and their kitty that they had for years was ripped apart. They had to get their son to come and pick up all the pieces because they were so upset. It was horrible.
That's horrible.
So,
I don't ever
I don't
hate
either.
mine.
Even my dog I've had for years and years, I always kept him in a different room
And I
than
don't
the
do
dog.
baby-
Just
I have a barn
dogs are
door.
dogs.
I don't even do a baby gate.
Yeah.
I don't want them
Yeah.
to even be
Yeah.
a potential, and that's when I'm present. And
Yeah.
when I'm not present, the dog's crated.
Yeah.
yeah.
My current dog's a poodle, and he's very cat friendly. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious on that.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's your
very,
dog.
very
Yeah,
That's
slow.
not
exactly.
an unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the thing for me is, I mean, and I've had cats. Cats in the house are not allowed to be touched. They're outside, they're fair game. So people that let their cats in and out, you know, it's like, folks, you know what? I mean, it's a wild animal. They go after squirrels, they go after the birds, they're gonna go after the cat, and you can't really stop that. But if it's inside, you can control it.
And I would just be slow.
Yeah.
I think everybody,
Slow.
everybody wants to do everything really quick.
Yes.
Cats are not, and they're alpha no matter what. They're
Yes.
alpha over the human in the house. And just go slow is best if you want a positive
Yes.
situation.
Absolutely.
And lots of treating, right? Like when you get the dog to look at you instead of the cat,
Yes.
like give a treat.
Exactly. And I teach a leave it, so it's like, you know, let's leave it.
Well, and I always do an introduction on a leash, like let
Yeah.
them smell
Yes.
each other's stuff. And,
Yes.
But and if the dog shows any interest, I'm like, "Oop, we're done."
Yeah.
Like
Very smart.
Prince was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really, had way too much energy, but so smart.
I think he'd been living with the cat. Had he not been living with the cat?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But, because I
He's a nice
did
dog.
cat tested him, and when I brought him in, he went right over, and Lulu was, I think, not. And he was like, "You're right, I'm gone." And then, like, that's the reaction you want. You want them to know
Exactly.
the cat's in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did it like 3 times, and every time he did the same thing, and he's like, "Nope, she doesn't like me, I'm
That's
ready
right.
to leave."
But I would never leave my dog out when I wasn't there, ever. Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
So when kind of uses the crate training thing, is it okay to throw a treat in the tread case?
In the crate?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To get them in?
Yes, so I crate train with treats.
Yeah.
And my dogs will always get a treat to go in the crate until the day they die. So I don't ever close that crate door and leave the house without them getting treated for going in that crate.
or anything I value, they go in the
Yes,
crate.
yes. Well, I always do treats. I mean, you know, I throw in treats, they go in, I close the door, see you guys later.
Okay.
But yeah, so yes, they need to get something before going
A
to the crate.
reward, yeah.
Can you quickly do a crate training, like the little steps?
Quick, okay.
Yeah, quick.
So,
So Robin, while
Yeah.
we're talking about quick, we've got about 15 minutes.
Oh,
okay.
never mind, you can pass on mine.
No, that's okay. We do have door prizes. So, whoever has the raffle thing. So we're gonna pretend like this is a crate. You wanna use a wire crate, okay?
Why would you want to use wire?
Because the other ones are just for travel. Okay, so wire, you want the dog to have a window to the world. You don't want them to be enclosed in this cave. Everybody says, oh, the dogs want to be in caves. No, they don't. They want to be with their humans. They're a pack animal. Okay, so you want to use a wire crate. Okay, so this is the crate. Front of the crate, I make sure that the dog has to go in the longest way possible. So like my crate that I'm using for Remy right now doesn't have a door on the side that I would want to use. Okay, I want them to be able to get their whole body in. So I'm standing here, my dog's standing in front of the crate, I'm not pushing them in, I'm not forcing them in, I'm not dragging them in, I'm standing back here, and I'm crumbling this treat back here through the thing. It's gonna be the magic crate. It's not coming out of my hand, it's coming from the top of the crate. Sprinkle, 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 they're gonna go, oh man, there's treats in there. They're gonna come in, I want their whole body in. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. So I'll do that for the first time, I do 5 to 10 minutes, set a timer, okay? Once that's done, I go, okay, I'm done, yay! You're gonna find that the dog's gonna like being in there because all of a sudden there's lots of treats in there. And they're looking around going, they're gonna sit down and go, well, where's the rest of my treats? When they do that, you're gonna start taking the door, close the door, open the door. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Close the door, open the door. Okay, you're not latching it. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're doing it in minuscule steps. Close the door, open the door. Okay, that worked great. Dog doesn't mind being in the crate. Next time, close the door, latch, unlatch, open the door. Close the door, latch, unlatch, open the door. Okay, you're gonna work it up in little mini steps. Next time, close it, latch it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, good job. And open the door. Okay, same thing. Until you can get all the way, you latch it, you're gonna come up over here. Oh, God, what a good boy, good job. Sprinkle, 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 unlatch. Good job. Okay, then you're gonna go out and you're gonna walk around the corner. Okay, so that your dog is not stressed being in the crate. They're gonna go, oh, they're gonna be in the crate, get all these treats. And it's not bad that the door's closed. They don't know if you're gone 5 minutes or 5 hours. Same thing. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else?